Have you ever considered how each moment of your life unfolds with purpose? Every choice you make, every breath you take, is an opportunity to align with a deeper wisdom within you. The Buddha taught that clarity and peace come when we cultivate awareness in each step of our journey. Imagine a traveler walking through a dense forest. If they move without awareness, they may lose their way. But if they pause, breathe, and observe their surroundings, the path becomes clear. In the same way, we must seek daily guidance, not from external sources, but from the clarity of our own awakened mind. The Buddha said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." Each morning before rushing into the day, take a moment to sit in stillness. Ask yourself, what is my intention for today? How can I walk this path with wisdom? Seeking wisdom is not automatic. It requires effort, mindfulness, and an open heart. The Buddhist teachings remind us that true insight does not come from blind faith, but from direct experience and deep reflection. In the same way that a river follows its course naturally, we too must flow with the rhythm of life. We cannot force things to happen, but we can align ourselves with the natural flow of cause and effect. Instead of clinging to rigid plans, ask yourself each day, what is the wisest way forward? Am I holding on to resistance, or am I flowing with the present moment? When we trust in this process, we move with ease, rather than struggle against life's currents. Letting go of control does not mean giving up. It means trusting in the unfolding of life. Imagine you are in a boat on a river. If you try to control every current, you exhaust yourself. But if you learn to navigate skillfully, you reach your destination with grace. Buddha's teachings encourage us to walk with mindfulness, not attachment. We may not know every twist and turn of the path ahead, but if we cultivate patience and awareness, we can move forward with confidence. It is tempting to create rigid plans for our lives and expect everything to follow them perfectly. But life is impermanent. It shifts, changes, and surprises us. Rather than resisting, we must learn to adapt. The Buddha once said, "Change is never painful. The only resistance to change is painful." Each decision we make should come from a place of inner clarity. If we are uncertain, we must pause, breathe, and listen. Is our choice rooted in wisdom, or is it driven by fear and attachment? Trust that when you act with mindfulness, the right path will reveal itself. Consider the story of Siddhartha Gautama, who left behind his palace life in search of truth. He did not know exactly where his journey would lead, but he trusted in the process of awakening. He walked with faith, even when the road was uncertain. Like him, we must be willing to step forward, even when we cannot see the entire path. The journey is not about reaching a destination, but about walking each step with awareness. Seeking guidance is not a one-time event. It is a continuous practice. Just as a musician must tune their instrument daily, we must also tune our minds through meditation and mindfulness. Would you rely on last week's weather forecast to plan for today? No. In the same way, we must refresh our minds daily, seeking wisdom in the present moment rather than clinging to past experiences. Each day, life presents new opportunities and new challenges. How we respond determines our path. Decisions shape our lives. Some are small, while others can change the course of our existence. But no decision should be made in haste. The Buddha said, "A disciplined mind brings happiness." When we slow down, reflect, and move with intention, we align ourselves with the path of wisdom. Instead of acting out of impulse, we cultivate patience. Instead of reacting with fear, we respond with understanding. This is the way to peace. Consistency builds clarity. The more we cultivate mindfulness, the more we understand ourselves and the world around us. A tree with deep roots can withstand the strongest storms. In the same way, a mind rooted in wisdom can endure any challenge. Trust in the process. Even when things feel uncertain, know that each step forward is shaping you into who you are meant to become. The world is filled with distractions. It is easy to become lost in the noise, overwhelmed by uncertainty. But the path to peace lies in stillness. Each morning, take a moment to sit in silence. Breathe deeply. Let go of worries. In that quiet space, you will find the clarity you seek. The Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." True wisdom is found now. Not in yesterday, not in tomorrow. Seeking wisdom is not just for our benefit. When we cultivate clarity, we uplift those around us. Candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. In the same way, when we share wisdom, we bring light to others. By walking the path with mindfulness, we become a source of peace for the world. Even in times of uncertainty, trust that life is supporting you. Just as the sun rises each morning, wisdom is always available to those who seek it. Are you holding on to past struggles, expecting old methods to solve new challenges? Let go. Open yourself to new perspectives. The Buddha said, "Each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most." Life is always evolving. Clinging to the past prevents us from embracing the present. We must be willing to adapt, grow, and transform. Every day is an opportunity for renewal. Let go of what no longer serves you. Move forward with an open heart. If something is no longer working in your life, do not be afraid to change. Growth requires movement. A tree does not refuse to shed its leaves in autumn. It trusts in the cycle of renewal. The Buddha said, "When the student is ready, the teacher will appear." Are you ready to embrace a new path? Your journey is uniquely yours. No one else can walk it for you. But you are never alone. Wisdom is always within you, waiting to be discovered. Each morning, set your intention. Walk forward with courage. Trust that the path will reveal itself. You are exactly where you need to be. In life, impatience often leads to suffering. When we crave immediate answers, we act impulsively, making decisions clouded by attachment and desire. Instead of embracing the present moment with awareness, we rush forward, seeking control over what cannot be controlled. The Buddha taught that true wisdom arises when we cultivate patience and observe reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. The mind, when left unchecked, clings to illusions of certainty. But when we step back, breathe, and allow stillness to guide us, insight arises. A fool who recognizes his own ignorance is thereby in fact a wise man, but a fool who considers himself wise, that is what one really calls a fool. Instead of reacting in haste, what if we paused, reflected, and allowed clarity to emerge? Like a still pond reflecting the moon, a tranquil mind perceives reality without distortion. Consider the story of a great warrior. Though victorious in many battles, he never assumed he knew all. Before every challenge, he sought wisdom, not from arrogance but from humility. He understood that life is impermanent and ever-changing. Likewise, we must recognize that no two situations are exactly alike. The wise do not cling to past victories but remain open to the present, adapting with awareness. True strength is found not in resistance but in the ability to flow with life, just as a river carves through mountains, not by force, but through patience and persistence. The world often presents us with dazzling opportunities, yet not all that glitters is gold. In Buddhist teachings, the concept of Maya, illusion, reminds us that appearances can be deceptive. The mind, if untrained, rushes toward pleasure and avoids discomfort, mistaking short-term gain for long-term well-being. The Buddha urged us to see beyond surface appearances and to investigate deeply before making choices. Just as a merchant tests gold by fire, we must test our decisions with wisdom, ensuring they align with mindfulness and compassion. This reminds me of a humorous story. Two travelers mistook a shadow in the distance for a great treasure. Excited, they ran toward it, only to find it was merely a pile of stones. In life, we too may chase illusions, status, wealth, external validation, only to realize they do not bring lasting happiness. Before rushing into a decision, pause, observe, reflect. A moment of awareness can prevent years of suffering. As we walk this path of existence, let us cultivate mindfulness, not only in great decisions but in the small, everyday moments that shape our lives. Whether it is a career choice, a relationship, or even a simple conversation, wisdom is our true guide. The Buddha taught, if you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your path. Have you been making choices based only on habit or fleeting desires? Perhaps now is the time to awaken, to observe deeply, and to move forward with intention and clarity. Let us now enter a moment of reflection, not as a prayer to an external force, but as a means of turning inward, toward the wisdom already within us. The Buddha said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." Let us quiet the mind, breathe deeply, and recognize the present moment as our greatest teacher. Take a deep breath. Feel the air entering your lungs, grounding you in the now. Release any tension. Let go of all distractions. May you cultivate clarity in each step you take. May your heart be open to wisdom, your mind free from illusion, and your spirit unwavering in its search for truth. With each breath we cultivate peace. With each mindful step, we strengthen our inner resolve. We let go of confusion, hesitation, and doubt, knowing that wisdom arises in stillness. Whatever burdens you carry, release them. Whatever fears arise, observe them and let them pass. Like a river flowing effortlessly to the ocean, trust that you are exactly where you need to be. May you be free from suffering. May your journey be guided by wisdom and compassion. May you walk the noble path with courage and serenity. The Buddha said, "Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart give yourself to it. Open yourself to infinite possibilities, knowing that the answers you seek are already within." As we close this reflection, remember that enlightenment is not found in grand gestures but in simple moments of awareness. Trust the unfolding of your journey. Every challenge strengthens your wisdom. Every moment of stillness deepens your insight. Life is not something to be conquered. It is something to be lived fully with mindfulness and presence. If these words have resonated with you, take a moment to set an intention. Type, "May I walk the path of wisdom," in the comments as your affirmation. The path to awakening is not about reaching a destination. It is about walking each step with awareness, one breath at a time. Share this reflection with someone who may need it today. Let us uplift one another, spread wisdom, and walk the path together. If you wish to deepen your practice, consider subscribing to more teachings on mindfulness, wisdom, and living a life of inner peace. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you be free. The journey continues, and the path unfolds before you. Walk in mindfulness and let wisdom be your guide.